Hi everyone, I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of January 27th. So, January 27th, Uranus stations direct. This means that we have no major planets in retrograde, and we're going to now start feeling this surge of forward moving energy. All of that reflective energy, all of that needing to go back over things, that's all over. We're now starting to move forward. We're able to make more headway on our forward moving journey. Having said that, this is a little bit of a weird time of year. If we're following the Gregorian calendar, which most of us do, which all of society does in a way, this is the start of the year. However, if we're looking at the lunar calendar, this is the end of the year. The new year doesn't start till February 10th. And if we're looking at the astrological cycles, the new year doesn't start until the March equinox. So for these first kind of 3 months of the year, we're in this weird space of welcoming the new, wrapping up the old, and kind of teeter-tottering between these two states. So with all of that energy, with all of this forward moving energy now on the way, if you're not quite feeling it, don't worry, you're kind of right on track. We are still in that space of out with the old, in with the new, clearing, letting go, releasing the last 12 months, then kind of slowly starting to welcome the new energies that are filtering in. So with no planets now, no major planets in retrograde, we're going to start feeling this lovely forward moving momentum starting to build and starting to intensify as we move through the next few months. What makes this Uranus stationing direct also very, very significant is that now Uranus and Jupiter are going to start getting closer and closer and closer. Uranus and Jupiter are both in the sign of Taurus, and they will come together in April. April 21st is the meeting. But with Uranus now stationing direct and moving in that direction, we are now starting to feel this Jupiter-Uranus energy starting to build. So what does that look like? That is big change. April is going to be a month of big change. There are so many powerful cosmic alignments happening in April. We start the month off with a big solar eclipse, and then on April 21st, we're getting this probably one of the most profound astrological alignments of the year with this Uranus and Jupiter coming together. Jupiter is an expander. So whatever Jupiter touches, in this case Uranus, it's going to expand its energy. Uranus is the planet of change, awakening, instability. It likes to shake things up. It makes us feel like we have lots of balls in the air and we just don't know where they're going to land. It kind of creates that insecurity, but also that creativity, that push out of our comfort zone, that push into a new innovation, a new way of being. It is the great awakener, and in order to awaken us, it has to shake things up. It has to bring change. It has to bring that instability so we can figure out what it is that we want, what it is that is worth keeping in our lives. So that's on the horizon for April, and with Uranus now stationing direct, we're slowly going to start feel the building to that energy. Also, this week, as we move into the month of February, we start feeling another big cosmic alignment of the year, and this is Chiron getting closer towards the North Node. They come together later on in February, on February 11th. This is also a rare big alignment for the year. Chiron is an asteroid. It represents our wounds and the wounds that we've come into this life, not necessarily to fix but more to allow them to give us power, allow them to give us strength. Chiron represents the forever wounds, the forever traumas that never really leave us. But when we embrace them, when we accept them, when we dive into the portal of the wound, we can access a greater power, a greater wisdom, and an ability to heal not only ourselves but also others. Chiron is known as the wounded healer because the myth behind Chiron was that he was abandoned at birth, was unloved, unwanted, just, went by himself from village to village, didn't really know what to do, didn't really have any guidance, anyone loving or supporting him. But he was able then to take all of that deep wounding and rise through it. He was able to then step into his gifts as a powerful healer, as a psychic medium and teacher for other people. I have Chiron in a very, very prominent part of my chart, so I feel its energy very deeply in my life. I try to anyway take those wounds, those forever wounds that I have been blessed or given in this life, if you can say blessed, but given in this life, and I try to, as much as possible, access the wisdom, access the healer within me to help others. And we all have Chiron in our chart somewhere. We all have its energy in our life somewhere. So we all can access and tap into that part of ourselves. So that is Chiron's energy, and it is moving towards the North Node. And the North Node in astrology represents kind of like our future, where we're heading, what we are supposed to focus on. And because this is happening for everybody, we're talking on a more collective level, on a more societal level. So what wounds do we have as a society? What do we need to heal as a collective? Because that is what's going to come up under this Chiron North Node alignment. The North Node representing our future, what we need to focus on, and then Chiron bringing that beautiful healing energy. So it could be that around February 11th, or even as we begin this week, we start feeling that healing energy rising. We start feeling that need to love and nurture and protect each other on a collective level. We may start to see, or the curtains may be starting to be pulled back on wounds that are currently taking place, or tragedies or traumas that are currently taking place in communities around the world. And there could be a rise of people stepping up and saying, this has to end. We need to do better. We need to do better as human beings. So it really is a beautiful energy. On a personal level, we can use it to heal. We can use it to welcome in the idea of miracle healings, and we can use it to really help take those sort of forever wounds. We're never truly going to fix them, but we can find the beauty in them. We can find the wisdom. We can find the growth that those wounds have for us. So on a personal level, we can really use it to maximize and heighten our healing journey. If you're a healer, if you work in the healing space, if you want to work in the healing space, this is also a beautiful energy to help encourage you in that direction. And then on a collective level, I really hope we see some peace brought to communities around the world that really need it. I hope that this alignment helps to activate and bring more peace for the world. And that can be a prayer or a vision that we hold. If you have someone in your life who is struggling, if you feel closely connected to, communities or world events that are struggling, this is really a time where we can put our healing calls out to the universe, and to envision and hold that vision for a greater, more peaceful, more beautiful life for everybody. So beautiful energies. And I will add that this alignment is happening in Aries. So it is a very fiery, strong energy. We can see the manifestations happening very quickly. And Aries energy always kind of brings a new beginning. So hopefully whatever healings that we get help to give rise to a new beginning and a new chapter where we don't repeat our mistakes, where we don't have to wound others any further. So it really is a beautiful energy. I wrote a whole article about it. If you'd like to read it, check that out. And if you want to go deeper and you want to look at and see how this is affecting you more personally, look to see where Aries is in your chart, because that's going to be where you're doing a lot of your healing and where your healing energy can really shine and step forward. But even if you don't know where Aries is in your chart, or you don't even want to pull up your chart, just intuitively think about how you can tap into a greater healing. What would you like to heal in your life? Send energy there, send intention there, because this is beautiful healing energy for us to use. And it's a very inspiring energy as well. It reminds us that, you know, wounds and all, we can still lead a beautiful life. So I hope you're able to connect into that energy. It's starting this week. Well, it's actually kind of been in operation for a while, but we're really starting to feel the rise of it as we move into the month of February. So that is your forecast for the week. It's sort of nothing exactly is happening this week in terms of these big alignments. We're just creating space for them. We're just starting to feel the ebb and the flow of those events. We're also still in the first part of this week working with the energies of that Leo full moon. And I don't know much about this, but I have heard, and I keep hearing about these big solar flares that we've been having, and I want to look more into it. I really haven't studied much or researched much about the solar flares, but apparently when they come, we can just feel groggy, a little more sensitive, a little more tired. And then it was kind of coupled with the full moon. So if you've been feeling that way, maybe also look into the solar flares. I'm going to do that too, because I have been feeling a little bit that way the last week. And when someone mentioned the solar flares, I was like, I need to look into that. So if you've been feeling that energy as well, you might also be picking up on this solar activity along with the full moon, because this full moon was powerful, but I feel like there was another influence happening there as well. So anyway, that's a little homework for me. I hope you all enjoy your week. I can't believe we're already moving into February. Does it feel like it's going fast? Usually when we get no planets in retrograde or major planets in retrograde like we have now, time can feel like it's speeding up a little bit. So I imagine the month of February will go pretty quickly. All right, I hope you all have a great week. I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.